Have you ever wondered what would have happened if Isagi met Kurona in the second selection? Would this make Isagi develop even more? How would this affect the story? Continue watching this video to find out. One thing that some people don't know about Kurona is that he finished the second selection as part of the top 4 behind Rin, Tokimitsu, and Ryu. Although he was part of the top 4, that doesn't mean that he is top 4 as a player at that time, but he was one of the top 4 fastest to complete stage 1 of the second selection. In Isagi's case, he had to score 100 goals against Bluelock Man in order to clear the stage. However, it could be different for other players. For some anime watchers, you might not know who Kurona is, but you might have seen him recently. So let's give a short background on who he is. He favors assisting others rather than taking the full initiative when on the field, mainly with Isagi. He also tends to repeat things and be semi-self-conscious about his shark-like teeth. That being said, him being quiet does not mean that he is a rude person. He is genuinely nice. Kurona is a player with exceptional speed and can place himself in great positions to help create plays for his teammates, especially Isagi. He mostly plays as a wingback to be able to pass up the field and defend opponents' attacks on the opposite side. That is a big reason why you always see him exhausted in some manga panels. As Isagi clears stage 1, he comes across Bachara along the way and tries to look for a third player to fill up their team. And Kurona comes up to them and asks to join their team right before Nagi comes up to Isagi. Isagi is then shocked as a random just casually wanted to join Isagi's team. Kurona mentions that he remembers Isagi from the beginning of Bluelock and respects his approach. Although Isagi may have wanted to team up with Nagi, Kurona was just so persistent and seemed like he would be a good teammate to Isagi. Nagi and Ryo would then just wait for Zentetsu to clear the first stage to create the Team V trio. As Isagi and the rest enter the matching area, they get introduced to the top 3 in Rin, Ryu, and Tokimitsu. As their rankings get updated on their arm, Isagi and Bachara see that Kurona was the 4th player to clear the first stage. This would make Isagi more confident in going against the top 3. If you're enjoying this video so far, then don't forget to like this video and subscribe to let me know that you want more videos just like this. As the match starts, Bachara and Isagi's chemistry seem to be enough to score the first goal, but it gets instantly taken back by Rin as the match restarts. This would seem to annoy Isagi a bit, but Kurona tells him not to worry. Let's go, let's go. Isagi would then pass the ball to Kurona and they start doing 1-2 passes. Isagi knows that Kurona is really fast and can make tight turns, which makes him like a moon revolving around himself, not having to worry about how far Kurona is. They push up the field, confusing Tokimitsu and Ryu who have no chemistry, but as soon as Ryu traps Isagi, he finds Bachara open on the left side and crosses the ball towards him. However, as the ball is about to arrive, Rin comes out of nowhere and intercepts the ball. This frustrates Isagi and he realizes that this is the true power of Bluelock's number 1. This is when Rin starts to take control of the game like he usually does. With this, the top 3 would end up winning the match just like before, despite the addition of Kurona. With this addition, they were able to add some more support, but they lost some striking ability with the loss of Nagi's talent. However, either way, neither of the teams would be enough to take down Itoshi Rin considering their experience and development at the time. At the end of the match, Rin still found Bachara more useful to him as he saw what Bachara is capable of doing, especially during times wherein teams may crumble. As Isagi and Kurona reflect on what went wrong, they continued to train and work on things that they could do together, as they are no doubt a good dynamic duo that has the potential to be unstoppable given enough time and practice. They then encounter Baro and Naruhaya. Naruhaya then tells him that he doesn't want to go up against Isagi as it would not be worth it. With Nagi not being in Isagi's team, Naruhaya wouldn't challenge Isagi as he doesn't really see any talent despite Kurona being labeled as number 4. However, later on, they come across Kunigami and Chigiri, who surprisingly lost the 3rd stage as well. This time, they didn't team up with Ryo as they didn't split up with Nagi. Kunigami and Chigiri then still hold a minor grudge for leaving them and they end up going up against each other. As the match starts, Kunigami and Chigiri show a chemical reaction that they formed in order to beat Isagi, with the abuse of Chigiri's speed and Kunigami's strength to form mismatches. However, this wouldn't last long with Isagi's ability to adapt, and his growing chemistry with Kurona. This match would drain a lot of stamina from both Chigiri and Kurona, with them going at it all the time, especially with Kurona having to keep up with Chigiri's pace. What made this matchup less of a blowout as it would seem was the fact that Chigiri did not have tons of fuel in the tank at this time, as seen during the bluelock vs Japan's U20 team, wherein his body pretty much gave out. Isagi and Kurona's Planet Hotline would be really hard to deal with, as Chigiri would not be able to keep up due to Kurona being really quick during tight turns. We know that Chigiri just gets faster along a straight line, as he doesn't have the best acceleration. So, this would put Kurona at an advantage. In the end, Isagi and Kurona would get the win and steal away Chigiri, sending Kunigami back to the wild card. Do you think Kunigami would end up seeking for revenge against Isagi? Next up, we have Isagi coming across Nagi and the rest of Team V. Surprisingly, they haven't played the game yet while Isagi has already gone through 2 matches. Nagi says that nobody was willing to go against them so far, and that it was meant to be. Nagi says that he's going to beat Isagi and take him away from his team so that he could play alongside him and eventually develop. This would kind of tick Ryo off, but he shrugs it off. As the match starts, we see a battle between the brains of Ryo and Isagi. But ultimately, Isagi has developed even more compared to Ryo due to his interaction with Rin and the fact that Ryo has remained in the exact same state as before. With Chigiri and Zentetsu battling it out, we see Chigiri having more of an edge as he was able to learn some techniques from Kurona when it comes to changing directions. Despite Nagi's talent, the development of Isagi and Chigiri with the addition of Kurona seems to overwhelm the rest of Team V. Everyone else is constantly growing, and this makes Nagi even more curious about what it's like to play alongside Isagi. However, it seems that his wish would come true as Isagi could use Nagi's talent as he gets chosen to play alongside him in the next stage. This would frustrate Ryo and he would have to fight his way back up to be able to play alongside Nagi. And now, we have a rematch between Rin and the top 3 versus Isagi. In all honesty, this wouldn't be as close of a match as it was originally with the absence of Baro and minimal development for Nagi. With the lack of physicality, they would not have the opportunities that Baro was able to create for the team originally, let alone the devouring dynamic. Even with Isagi and Kurona's Planet Hotline, Itoshi Rin would be able to read this play easily unless Isagi mixed it up, which he would do, but it still wouldn't be enough to beat Rin. In the end, Rin would choose Isagi once again to join him and let him watch him become number 1 alongside him. What do you think would have happened if Isagi met Kurona in the second selection? Would Isagi finally be able to beat Rin? I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have other what if ideas that you would like to see, let me know down in the comments. Have you ever wondered about the top 10 sus moments in bluelock? Check this video out right here. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content just like this. Thank you for watching.